Hi there. I'd like to introduce to you a really great tech tool called Wakelet. So, this is sort of like a blog format in which teachers or students can compile resources and they show up in a visually pleasing way. I like this because it offers a lot of visual support. It also makes room for social interaction. If students do this with a partner, they can collaborate to create their own a Wakelet blog. And then also it allows for multilingual resources. So if you have students who are Spanish speakers, you could find resources in Spanish and create a whole different class for them to differentiate for your specific learners. So I really, really like this and it's super easy to use. So here's an example I created. So this could be for an ELA class or a social studies class. It's so easy to maneuver, but I'll just show you what it looks like. So you just have different videos or pictures. You can also connect to Twitter, so if there's different Twitter feeds. But students would just have all of these instead of hyperlinks, they would actually get to see um, these different resources. So you could give them a graphic organizer that they would need to fill out. You could have students create a Flipgrid video to respond, to share what they learned after going through your blog of resources. You could have the higher level students, they could write a paragraph. You could have students make a cartoon of the progression of the civil rights. There's so many different things you could do with Wakelet. And because it depends on the task that you ask the students to do after looking through the resources, that it could definitely be on the higher order of Bloom's taxonomy, depending on what you have the students do with it. Now, I'll just show you. It's so easy to use. I was a little bit overwhelmed at first, but once I just played around with it, I was like, oh my gosh, no, this is super easy. So you can move if you want to move something up or down. You just click the up arrow. So if you're like, oh, I want that to go first, you move it up. So that's Martin Luther King's speech. But let's just say after I just say, oh, I would like to add, maybe the students don't know what the Jim Crow laws are. So I'm going to find a resource. So all you do is you go onto Google, which I don't think you'll be able to see on my browser, but I'm on Google. I type in Jim Crow, I copy the link, and then here I just go and I paste, and then it just shows up. And then I can edit it a little bit. So let's say this is just too busy. So I can edit and I can delete this part so that it's not too overwhelming. I can also edit the title, but it is so easy to use, and students can create their own blog as well. So I highly recommend this for. I think it'd be great for social studies, for ELA, for research projects. Students could make a portfolio where they have to find different resources and they can go back to it. Also, you can change the layout. You can make it a grid so that the resources are a little bit easier to see. It's up to you. You can add as many resources to as you want. So I highly recommend this. Again, you can make different classes, differentiate, but yes, highly recommend.